Okay, so with Women's Euro 2025 just around the corner, join me as we take a look at each team from Group B, kicking off with Spain. Despite their recent success, Spain haven't actually made it to the semis of this tournament, dating back to 1997, getting knocked out in the quarters to eventual winners England back in 2022. But even back then you could tell that the Spanish FA was out here building something good. Fast forward to 2025 and Spain lifted both the World Cup title as well as the inaugural Women's Nations League trophy. Their new coach Montserrat Tomé, who took over from Jorge Vilda after the 2023 World Cup, has them set up in a 4-3-3 formation. And as you can tell, their squad has changed a bit since the 2023 World Cup. Defensive midfielder Abellera is out injured, but luckily for them, Patri Gigaro has returned from a hiatus from the national team, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. More notably though, Jenny Hermoso didn't make the final squad either, which is a real shame because she is by far one of the more technically gifted players in the squad and was a pivotal part of the team that won them the 2023 World Cup final. In between the sticks, many people don't rate Katakoi at all, but no, she is genuinely one of the best goalkeepers at the tournament. As for the back line, we're not 100% sure who will end up partnering Paredes in defense. Tomé has been rotating between either one of Lea Alexandri and Maria Mendes from Real Madrid. As said before, Gigaro is back into the squad, giving us back that saucy Barcelona midfield trio, and I bet after that Champions League final disaster that all three of them will be horny to go all the way this summer.
Faking cancer, faking your own death, assaulting people, drowning the homeless.
And when Olga starts putting some of those signature low crosses into the box, opponents better throw in that towel before kickoff, because you already know it's over, blood. Up top, Salma Paraluelo has often been deployed as the lone striker, but Spain are way more likely to start Esther Gonzalez as their main centre forward. Operating the wings we have
Mariona Caldente for Arsenal.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
girl has the ball knowledge of my 68-year-old Nigerian uncle, whose TV broke down back in 2012, as well as Claudia Pina,
Fuck Claudia,
who's been having the season of her life so far. 26 goals from the left wing is scary. And if Spain make it far into the tournament, you'd imagine her to make it onto the Ballon d'Or podium at the very least. Genuinely, bro. And for any of you who have forgotten what these two can do, and being able to bring Salma off the bench is just unfair, dude. It is a scary prospect to say the least. Smashing Portugal 11-3 on aggregate was impressive. Comfortably topping their Nations League group. Ken La Roja follow in the men's team's footsteps and win 3 major international trophies in a row. Portugal. This is Portugal's 3rd consecutive tournament at this level, but despite heavy investment from the Portuguese FA, they have never made it out of the group stages before. Francisco Neto has them set up in a 5-3-2. Inês Pereira in between the sticks, who is actually a very decent goalkeeper, also having made it into the Liga F team of the season. She is not the problem though, as it's Portugal's doo-doo-ass defense that is consistently costing them games on a consistent basis. So I actually went back and watched the highlights from the Spain game, and no, hell no. Carol Costa defended as if she had laxatives before the game, while Catarina Amado was closer to marking the corner flag than the actual opposition. For real though, Aggie Beaver Jones left their defenders in the dust. I mean, with literal training cones, at least you have to pretend to shimmy around them. The Portuguese defense, by contrast, just stood there standing like statues, waiting to get penetrated in the a-hole, I swear. Poor Francisco Neto, man, you gotta feel for the guy.
You can never. Me with my pregnancy, I'm better than.
Their defense, as bad as it is, their main concern is certainly their front line. Whereas Joao Felix just became a lump of disappointment and wasted potential, Kika Nazarev has been slowly turning into a mini Deco since joining FC Barcelona. But without Kika at full fitness, it's safe to say
it's not looking good, Bev.
It's not looking good.
Jessica Silva never was that prolific to begin with, having last netted for the national team dating back to 2024. Gianna Silva, on the other hand, did showcase elite levels in qualifiers against world-class opposition such as Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Czech Republic and Azerbaijan. Although they did do well to pick up a 1-1 draw against England recently, since Kika's been out injured, Portugal have lost all their games since, managing to concede a total of 20 goals within just 4 matches. Those recent games against Spain and England were bad, but hey, at least they didn't end up conceding 7 against a bunch of literal schoolboys. Up next we got Italy, who became runners-up twice in 1993 and 97, but haven't made it out of the group stages at the last 2 Euros. Head coach Andrea Soncin got them lined up in a 4-4-2 formation, with Juventus' Lisa Boattin trying to create from left wing back, captain Elena Linari from AS Roma, partnering either one of Di Guglielmo or Salvatore Salvai at the back, translating Le Azzurre being a defensively solid team who don't concede many goals. A midfield duo of Ariana Caruso and Manuela Giuliano operating as the advanced playmaker, both elite midfielders who often end up dominating the midfield battles against weaker opposition, with Giuliano being elite at distributing the ball and threading through dangerous balls to unlock defenses for the Italians. As for their main centre forward, Soncin has been rotating between Michela Cambiaghi and Cristiana Girelli. But considering Girelli, rete tutto Girelli. Tutto Girelli. Man, do I love that woman. Partnering Girelli up top is her Juventus teammate Sofia Cantore, who was already considered to be an exciting prospect. But with 29 goal contributions for Juventus this season, she'll be looking to take the tournament by storm. The Italians did well to beat the Netherlands and Norway in Euro qualifiers, and coming off the back of 2 wins and a draw against Sweden in the Nations League, Le Azzurre have the potential to shock everybody this summer. Okay, they get the point now. She's good. And finally, we got Belgium, qualifying for their first ever tournament back in 2017. The Red Flames made their way into the knockouts of the 2022 edition, with their recently appointed head coach Elisabeth Gunnarsdottir opting for a 3-4-3 formation. In goal, it's not 100% clear who'll start for them, but Gunnarsdottir has been leaning towards Lisa Lichtvoet instead of Nikki Evraag because she competes in a harder league. At the back, captain Gianni Skyman and West Ham's Amber Tissiak will do their best at keeping the defense on lockdown. Meanwhile, midfielder Justin van Avermaat, standing tall at 6'1", is low-key just Marouane Fellaini without the win. As always though, the nation's hope solely rests upon the shoulders of their all-time record goal scorer. Like, realistically, their task is passing the ball to Willard and Inshallah, the Inter Milan forward proving to be aging like fine wine, contributing to 15 goals in the Nations League and qualifiers. Inshallah. As their results in recent weeks have been largely inconsistent, it is incredibly difficult to predict how exactly they'll fare. One day they get smashed 5-0 against England, only for the Red Flames to go on and beat them in the reverse fixture. Ended up giving Spain a lot of trouble, then followed it up by conceding 5 against them at home. Similarly, they lose to Portugal but then go on to cruise to victory against them in Belgium. So yeah, if Willard shows up in their opening game against Italy, the Belgians might just stand a slim chance at qualifying from Group B.